In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys why, despite these recent pullbacks we've had on crypto, I am extremely bullish on the crypto market. And let's jump right in. First of all, from a completely technical standpoint, right? Let's take a look here. Bitcoin is now ranging in this demand zone. And if you guys don't know, supply and demand just mean areas in the market that had recently caused big pushes and are being revisited. So in the markets, we want to look left to predict what's going to happen to the right. We want to see what happened in the past to see what is going to happen next. Now, I want you guys to notice this pattern. I've highlighted these areas with green boxes and called it a money trap. Basically, all that happened here was price pushed up, came back down, pushed up, came back down, pushed up, came back down, and then eventually swept a lot of liquidity. Liquidity meaning money from people buying in these areas. All of these zones got swept, and then price gives us a very sharp increase. So if you look over here, we had this peak on the 20th of January in 2025. From that peak, we had a 31% drop. From that 31% drop, we went ahead and rallied up another 65%. Let me bring this to low, actually. 69%. So a little over double in just about 2.5 times the days. This took 77 days. This took 180 days. 32% drop to 70% upbringing. Very important. Notice the money traps. Money trap, money trap, money trap. There's the sweep, pushes back up. This was the first moment we had a sell side money trap where price built a lot of money resting at the top over here. And I want you guys to think about it like this. It was the end of the year. A lot of people started closing out of their Bitcoin positions, positioning themselves, moving their assets into like safe havens like gold. And that'll be backed by this. If you look at gold in October, which is right over here, we had this rally up over here, small pullback, right? We had this. Let's just look at October itself, October 1st, which pushed us up 13% to the 21st of October. And then we had that pullback right there, which dropped us 11%, followed by a gigantic rally of 44%. Let's just jump back to Bitcoin real quick. And so recently we had a lot of money getting built up over here. And I had been calling out this level literally in November and December. I was like, I want to see Bitcoin hit that 77,000 mark. And you guys can see we built out this perfect money trap where people started buying all around these areas, thinking that we should be pushing a new all-time high. Now the drop from this point here, from the top to this low here, was 36%. Built a ton of money back on this upside and then swept it even further. Now that's a 40% drop. So knowing last time we had 32% and pretty much doubled it back on the upside. Imagine we double this move back to the upside from here. And from this low, we were to push up that 80% that it would be. That would leave us at $134,000 Bitcoin, punching these new all-time highs, sweeping out all the money over here. Now let's look a little more left. I'm still overall, from a technical standpoint, I believe this is a huge swing low. This 75K zone, the 74K zone, whatever it is. I believe this causing this gigantic move in the market, still bullish. I still think even if we do drop, 50K is another gray area I would just look to get in at. The issue is that a lot of people want to stare at the price of Bitcoin to determine if it's overbought or oversold. Let's take a look at this. Bitcoin market cap, 1.57 trillion. Okay? Let's compare the Bitcoin market cap to the S&P market cap, 61 trillion. The market cap of S&P is so much bigger than Bitcoin. This is why I don't identify with the price. The big players get in with the market cap. They don't get in with the price. If there's actual volume that price wants to move in, it's going to move from stuff like this. S&P is seen as the safest asset that you can invest in, right? So if the safest asset I can invest in, let's just look at this let's look at 2025, how it performed, right? The S&P over 2025, from the low to the high, 43%. From the open to the high, 17%. Bitcoin on the year, high to the low, gave us a pullback of 40%. From the open to the low, 20%. That's totally fine. But even if you just look at the move from the bottom to the top, 70%. I look at this from a trader perspective. I'm not necessarily looking to just dump a ton of assets into Bitcoin, like putting in like $700,000 to buy 10 Bitcoins. No, I'm looking to trade these levels on my account, on margin. And that's why I'm telling you, I don't even look at the price of Bitcoin. I look at the market caps, because to me, the big players haven't even entered yet. Let's take a look at this. Dow Jones market cap, 22.9 trillion. 20 times the size of Bitcoin. Okay? I want you guys to identify something. The United States used to back the currency with gold. Now we don't. It's backed by faith, quote unquote. Now it's not really backed by faith. The thing that actually backs the United States, currency and makes it the world reserve currency is the fact that we have the largest military in the world. So I want you guys to look at this. We have the strongest military in the world, not the largest. China has 2 million people in their military. The United States has 1.3 million people in the military. Now, if you compare the strongest militaries or the largest militaries in the world to how much Bitcoin is owned, the United States owns $22 billion worth of Bitcoin, 198,000 roughly, while China owns about 190,000. And you guys can see Ukraine over here has about 45,000. We're going to say the United States owns 245,000 because we pretty much know everything Ukraine got is just stealing money from the United States. I want you guys to look at this. 5 days ago right here, Donald Trump promised to make the U.S. the world's crypto capital. This means that every time China goes to boost their crypto, the United States are going to go boost their crypto, or vice versa. And I believe that these two players, being the largest in the tech space, manufacturing space, export space, import space, everything, going into crypto is only going to make this market so much bigger. Let's take a look at this. How assets perform after the $3 trillion market cap. Yes, we can have high volatility, AI-driven growth continuation. The current companies over 3 trillion are growing rapidly due to, data centers and services, whatever. And then let's change this to 5 trillion, just to show you guys how early we are. Stabilized growth. Assets at this valuation, such as those reaching record highs, may see stock value growth stabilize rather than continue to accelerate at rapid pace. Now, what market cap makes assets a safe haven? They describe this between 20 to 30 trillion. If Trump, the president of the United States, wants to make the United States the crypto capital of the world, we already know the dollar isn't even backed by anything. If we want to make the crypto capital of the world, the United States, that sounds pretty safe. Look how early we are. I'd say that this, to me, is a very big bet over the longevity of crypto, of Bitcoin. Let's take a look at, for example, Ethereum. Ethereum is another one that I think is amazing. You guys can see here the same thing. Money trap over here. Huge money trap. People are buying. It's going sideways. We sweep out all those people, followed by a gigantic growth. So let's measure this growth. From this low to the all-time high, 134%. Now price is reaching that same level right now. And on the daily time frame, once again, I'm expecting kind of that same thing to happen. If we look over here, surprise, surprise. People were buying. It's moving sideways, extremely similar to how Bitcoin was moving. And now this has dropped. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, crypto is falling off the face of the earth. It's dying. But it's really not. A lot of assets right now are experiencing a pullback. Let's look at gold over the last couple of days. Gold, the huge drop right here. Gold over the last 3 days has lost 21%. We look at silver. Silver over the last 3 days has lost 40%. We look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ is holding well, right? But from its high to its previous low, it lost 5%. The S&P is still ranging at the highs. You look at platinum, dropping 35%. So if we're looking at this, I don't think it's too out of sight to say that Bitcoin is moving very similar to the safe havens, even though it's not near the market cap of a safe haven, and that it's really showing us the strength that investors are seeing. Now, this to me is very exciting. These are definitely going to be the levels that I'm looking at. I am currently in Bitcoin longs from this position here. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. This is just like research that I've done, and you guys can take it, use it for education or entertainment or whatever you want. And at the end of the day, I could be wrong, I could be right, but I've been eyeing these levels for a very long time. And I think that we have super strong levels down here around that 55K mark. But I really think that from this mark over here, now we're going to hit that big swing back up to like 135. And then I could see, correction back down and all this stuff. Money traps getting built up and then pushing back up. But seriously, like identify every major crypto push that's ever happened. Money trap. Sweep of the money trap. Boom. And then gigantic push towards the upside. All right, this is that 40K level. Obviously, price never came back down to that area over there. You guys look over here. Any of these pushes, whether it's to the upside or the downside, all follow that same pattern. Money trap, break under, and then a gigantic push towards the upside. You look over here. Ton of money traps on the upside. Big drop. Price was ranging over here. Faked your way up. Swept it on the bottom. Faked over here. Push back up. Building all this liquidity. Push back up. Building all this liquidity. Push back up. Building all the liquidity. Push back up. Money trap towards the downside over here. You guys can see. Swept that high. Shorted. And then that's where, like, in my opinion, this is kind of the area. To me, since January 2025, kind of like when Trump got in, you guys can see the behavior of crypto. And in my opinion, how much more predictable and sustainable it's been from a trading perspective. So like I said, don't get lost in looking at the price. You should look at the chart and the market cap. Because the market cap is going to tell you Bitcoin is still very early, despite people saying that it's overbought or whatever. Or, oh man, Bitcoin can only go up 2x now. Yeah, you're not going to receive Bitcoin at $1,000 and hold it to 150. You're not going to get the 150x. But from a trading perspective, this is one of the most lucrative assets to trade. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe. And if you guys are looking for the best platform to take any trades on, Forex, crypto, stocks, whatever it is, I'm going to leave the link to that in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video.